Hey everyone, I finished watching the next Ninja Storm episode, Shane's Karma Part 2. It's an okay episode. It's definitely not the really epic adventure that I remember it being back when I was a kid first watching it. And it's weird, a lot of fans of Ninja Storm will call this their favorite episode, well, two-parter episode. But I think a lot of fans might have to go back and reevaluate it because I'm not. There's definitely some good stuff in there, but it's kind of buried under a million other things happening. So, summary once I get my notes on again. They keep shutting off on me. Oh, so the subplot last episode about Mara and Capri wanting Lothor to uh, they want to use his ship to host their class reunion, and he says no, and so they're gonna do it on Earth. That was all pointless. They just have it on his ship anyway. Alright, so anyway, they have the class reunion on his ship. He's not happy about it, but he lets them do it, so whatever. Down on Earth, Vexicus has taken Skyla, but Skyla's able to send a psychic message to Shane, and he's able to track them down. And then, let's see. Um. Da, da, da. Vexicus is arguing with Skyla over her power, and we get some explanation of what's going on with her. Her people, race, species, whatever, when they, let's see, they ascend to a different form, and when they do that, they pass their powers on to somebody. So Skyla has chosen Shane to be the one she passes her power on to. Um, okay, that's weird. Whatever's wrong with the notes there. Keeps highlighting random stuff. Don't know what that's about. So anyway, Vexicus wants Skyla to himself so he can take her power. Shane, let's see, she catches up with Vexicus and Skyla, and he holds off Vexicus from her. And then there's a weird bit where Shane holds off from morphing, and then Skyla tells him that it's okay to morph because she already knows he's a ranger. Kind of weird. I don't know. It struck me as really out of nowhere. Like I was like, why is he? Oh, because he doesn't want to reveal that he's a ranger to her. I don't know. It doesn't really feel right at this point. I don't know. It's really odd. I don't really know why that weird thing came back now of all times, but whatever. So anyway, he morphs and then he drives Vexicus away. And then Lothor goes down to Earth to confront Vexicus. He proposes an allyship with him, and he agrees to it, but it's clear neither of them really trusts the other, and they're both planning on backstabbing each other at the earliest moment. Mar and Capri up on the ship are running out of party supplies, so they send Chubo down to Earth to get more. And the Rangers happen to be returning to the beach because, I don't know, it's not worth looking for Shane or helping Cam fix the Megazords or anything. Whatever. They get down to the beach and realize their stuff is gone. Then they look up and see, oh, there's Chubo and the Kelzacks running off with it. So they chase them down. They get into a big fight over their stuff, which is kind of funny. One of the Kelzacks is trying on Tori's bikini, and Chubo gets Tori's birthday cake in his face. Poof. Good Saban slapstick moment. So anyway, they retreat, and the Rangers are getting their stuff together and leaving. And then out of nowhere, Dustin starts talking about this suntan lotion that Cybercam gave him. Okay, is that necessary to the plot? Why is this here? It's so weird and just out of nowhere. Like Cybercam's not even in these episodes, which is kind of weird because he gets mentioned. Whatever. Back to the real story. Shane's helping Skyla back to the place where they first met so that she can pass her powers on to him. And then, let's see. She begins her ascension. She starts to glow and then turns into a fiery bird thing. And I've never noticed this effect before. Her face appears on it for a few seconds. It's not a very good looking effect. It was kind of a cool scene until that. It just makes it kind of cheesy there. But anyway, let's see. This spark floats down from her fiery bird form into Shane's morpher. And then, let's see. Where's my notes here? Okay, there it is. Vexka shows up. Shane starts a battle with him again. And then the other Rangers go back to deal with Zergain's Megazord. And luckily their Megazords are all up and operational. No problems. No explanation. Cam sure fixed them really quick. So, Shane activates the power Skyla gave him, and it's his Battleizer mode. And using it, he defeats Vexicus. Vexicus tries to escape in his spaceship, but Shane chases it down and destroys it. Oh, and the Rangers also destroy Zergain's Megazord. Zergain's Megazord sucks. I don't really get it, whatever. Let's see, the Rangers all reunite and marvel at Shane's new Battleizer. Zergain reports to Lothor and finds out Vexicus has been recruited into Lothor's crew. Then at Ninja Ops, Dustin arrives with a new birthday cake for Tori, and also he's gotten a sunburn from the suntan lotion that Cybercam gave him. See, that totally had a worthwhile payoff. That's the end. I don't know. I'm somewhere buried in this, like, cluttered mess of an episode. There's a really cool story going on with Shane and Skyla, but I feel like maybe instead of doing a two-parter, they could have cut all this garbage out and just focused on them. All I can guess is there must have been a rule in place that they had to have all the Rangers feature in these episodes. Because everything they do is just completely pointless and not connected to Shane and Skyla at all. I really don't know why it, like, keeps shifting the focus away from Shane and Skyla, which is the far more interesting story, to deal with a bunch of other stuff that is ultimately pointless. Like, this is Shane's story. Also kind of Vexicus' story. And Vexicus is directly involved with what Shane is doing. Nothing else really affects them. All the crap with Marin Capri, the other Rangers dealing with Zergain's Zord, Dustin's suntan lotion, none of that really matters. But it sure gets a lot of focus. Also, like, I'm not gonna forget that the Megazord was badly damaged last episode, and the Thunder Zords couldn't be accessed, whatever that meant. And now they're just fine. The timeline of the episodes, this is all within one day. So, how long did it take for Cam to fix the Megazord? Like, less than an hour, it seems. Also, why did the Rangers just casually go back to the beach? Like, shouldn't they be going to try and find Shane or something? Whatever, I keep talking about, like, how pointless all the other stuff is, that Shane and Skyla should have been the focus, but there are problems there, too. Shane has constant battles with Vexicus, and it really starts to get repetitive after a while, because there's just not anything really too impressive with it. And Vexicus, as much as I like Vexicus, he's, got one goal. Like, once you know his goal, the fights don't really mean much. Like, we know Shane's gonna, like, get away, or Skyla's gonna teleport him away, or something's going to distract Vexicus, but it just kind of drags, and I'm wondering if maybe this was originally written to be, like, just one episode focusing on Shane and Skyla, but then they stretched it into two, and had to add in some extra fight scenes or something to eat up time. That really feels like what's going on here. The other Rangers just kind of drift around, and, like, the writers didn't really seem to know what to do with the other Rangers, or the other characters just in general. And, yeah, the weirdest one is definitely Dustin's suntan lotion subplot. Was that just a gag that they really wanted to put in an episode, and when this one ran short, they were like, oh, here's a perfect place for it? Or did they think it needed to end on a funny note, and this was the only thing they could think of. Seems like Chubo getting cake in his face would have worked just fine. Oh yeah, Tori's birthday is a really odd thing here, since it doesn't really serve any purpose narratively. In the first episode, it feels like it's setting up that she feels disappointed that Sensei's not there on her birthday, Shane's not going to be there, but it doesn't really go anywhere. Everything turns out fine. And like her birthday being the thing that's going on isn't a bad thing. It's just kind of an odd choice. Like they could have used any kind of event for the Rangers to go off to, and like Shane isn't there. Whatever. Marin Capri's thing with the class reunion is definitely the weakest, especially since that really doesn't go anywhere. The only thing possibly that like it ties into is eventually they run out of party supplies, and that's why they send Chubo down to get more, and that's why try to take the Rangers stuff, and they get into a scuffle, and kinda ties in with what's going on, I guess. Anyway, the class reunion thing ends with Marin Capri's classmates. They don't like them. Okay. Uh, is that funny? Is that comedy? I mean, I just don't get comedy. So I don't know, maybe it's that. Maybe it's just weird and I don't get it. It's like Friends. Like I'll watch Friends and I don't know what the joke is supposed to be sometimes. Like I don't know, is it just bad or do I just not get it? Cuz sometimes like I'm sure it's good, but I just don't get it. Um Oh, I do like that Chubo actually gets to do something, and Chubo and the Kelzaks running off with the stuff is a really funny visual. So, I don't know, I'm kind of grateful that this is there just for that alone, because it's a very funny scene. Uh, yeah. Um, Not a whole else to say about this. I guess I can talk about Vexicus. Vexicus is a cool character. The past couple episodes of Ninja Storm, I've been a bit disappointed with the villains, particularly like the voices and like personality wise. They're just not a whole lot to them. Vexicus is different. I really like his voice. I like the role that he plays. I like his motivations. And at the end, when he decides to join Lothor, that creates a cool dynamic since it's been established that he and Lothor are enemies. Possibly they were partners at one point, due to like some dialogue that Lothor and Vexicus have. They have a short little scuffle with each other that's kind of cool. I think they probably could have done more with Vexicus and Lothor. Yeah, if this episode was running short, why not play into that? That'd be kind of cool to see Vexicus and Lothor battle each other. Have it like a third faction of villains out there. Or second faction. Why am I thinking third? Whatever. But anyway, yeah, if I remember right, Vexicus doesn't really play that big of a part after this. I think he pretty much just kind of turns into one of Lothor's other minions. I don't know, maybe I'm remembering wrong. I guess I'll see next time. Oh yeah. I haven't talked at all about the Battleizer. That's what this whole two-parter is leading up to, is Shane getting the power from Skyla that becomes his Battleizer, and I haven't mentioned it at all, because it's kind of buried in the episode under all this other nonsense. It's so bizarre. Like, the Battleizers are a thing that fans usually look forward to. We like to see, like, oh, what kind of cool new armor are they going to get? How are they going to get it? How does it work? Can more of the Rangers use it? Is it just the Red Ranger, or is it other Rangers? Is it some other Ranger who happens to get the power up? And here, let's see, it is a cool story and it ties in with the title, Shane's Karma. Shane helped someone, so they're helping him. Although, like, the only reason he helped Skyla was to escape Vexicus, and now he's still chasing her, so she gives him the power so he can fight Vexicus, who no doubt followed her to get the power that she's now giving to Shane. Huh. Whatever. Anyway, The Battleizer looks really cool. It's definitely one of the best we've gotten so far. I like it far more than the Battleizer in Time Force, which is very clunky. I'm not a fan of Wes's Battleizer, or what's it called, Fire Mode or something. I like Eric's Battleizer okay, but that's also kind of clunky. The Wild Force Battleizer, I think, probably looks the best of all of them. I also have a soft spot for the In Space Battleizer. That one looks cool. Also, that's the one that, like, started the name Battleizer. Surprised that they kept that up. They, like, kept that name around. It's weird whenever Power Rangers would, like, kind of grasp onto something and just hold on to it, and it's, like, kind of just weird things. Anyway, that's about it for this one. Don't have a whole lot else to say about it, so I hope you enjoyed it. See ya.